All right, guys, welcome to the first podcast of Creators on the Rise. It's pretty much a show where we feature creators from all sorts of genres, from music, photography, producers, just everything. We're trying to feature local artists here in San Antonio. And we actually have our first episode, like I said, and our first guest today is Lane. Lane? All right. So Lane, I'll let him do some talking as well, but I found Lane on Instagram, and he's a rapper and producer, and this guy knows what he's doing. Like, I'm pretty sure you guys have gotten like followings that like kind of like, it's like somebody who's like just like following like a ton of accounts, which like, by the way, dude, like totally respectable. I've done that too. Like, just like go on following spree, because you never know who's gonna like be like, who's this guy, and like gonna click on your profile. So that's important. And so that's what happened with Lane. I saw that this guy followed me, and I was just like, all right, well, like, let me give that link. It said like, rapper, producer, San Antonio. Yeah. And, but he had a link, and usually I'm like used to the link taking me to SoundCloud, but it actually took me directly to Apple Music. So I think that's like one of the things that like impressed me the most. It like took me like directly to Apple Music. I was like, okay, so like this guy's like legit. And I saw that you had like,
right, it looks professional.
Yeah,
it's on Apple Music. Yeah.
So that like
absolutely.
definitely like already is like a good tip. Like if somebody really wants to like be out there, they should be putting like making the effort to put their music.
Yeah, I mean, in everything you do, like if you want to graduate with 4.0, like you're gonna put in a crazy amount of effort in studying and stuff. Yeah. But I think the main thing is, I know a lot of people, because I've been doing music for 6 years, like my whole life really, but like actually professionally, like for about 3 years now, just making beats before I started rapping. I think the main thing that I come into contact with is that people are trying to get crazy deals or the cheapest price for something. I think that you can't cheat your music. I think that if you invest in your music, you take it seriously, then other people are going to take it seriously. And I think that being my first 10 songs that I ever made rapping on that album, those being that being my first album ever, me like trying to rap and being like, all right, well, I could probably do this, like I've been making beats. I understand music. I sing, so maybe I could rap, And I always said that I nothing against SoundCloud. SoundCloud is fantastic. I find great artists on SoundCloud. There's people that like, you can look at Sesh Hollow Waterboys. Just that's like that's an underground scene that is blown up crazy. Yeah. SoundCloud. So SoundCloud is a great revenue source, great place to spread music. But when I looked at it, I wanted it from the start to be something that legitimate, yeah, that I took seriously, that I knew that people weren't going to say, oh, this is another SoundCloud rapper. I have all my stuff on Spotify, Apple, iTunes.
That's like a cliche, like a SoundCloud rapper.
Right, exactly. And that's not a bad thing, but the connotation behind it is awful.
Yeah. So
it's like you kind of want to work around that, and I mean, that was my main goal for just doing that and putting that out there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, how much, I guess, like the price difference, like what did it cost, sort of like what's the difference? I know SoundCloud is free, but what did it like, how much was it to like actually be legit and like look legit and have like your album on Apple Music, and like there's 3 songs that like have stars on them, and like when I saw that I was like, wait, so this guy like I don't know, like that was pretty cool, and I like the song.
He must get some plays. He's got some stars.
Yeah, I was like, he must be like out there already, because like I thought stars was only like if they were like in the like Hot 100s or something. I was like, dang. So like what's like the
I mean, with SoundCloud, it is free until you get to a certain amount of uploaded hours. I don't remember how much. I think it's like 2 or something, or something like 2. It must be. And then you're going to pay to put more hours or more minutes of time on the SoundCloud, which is not even a lot of money. So it's cool. It's great. It's a way for them to keep supporting themselves. To put stuff on iTunes and that, you use something called an aggregator. This aggregator, TuneCore, CD Baby. I use CD Baby. Just if anyone watches this and wants to put something on iTunes, go ahead. It's fucking CD Baby. You can choose the whatever layout plan that you want to do. It's one price. I think it's like $50 or something like that. 60, 70, in that range, for an album of however many songs. So just for an album to be on it, it's that one price. For a single, it's like $30 per song. So it's a little bit more. It's like a deal. It's like a package, But you have to sign up for like a union organization and I don't remember the names right now, but those protect your rights as an independent artist.
Right.
You know, copyright your stuff automatically, and then from there, it's going to be easier to monetize stuff. But then monetization is basically just the way to make music clicks, views into funds.
Yeah.
That, in my case, I would just funnel right back into music, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, like I've gotten like many people kind of just like, you know, go on the following spree, but it's always like SoundCloud or like a YouTube video or something, or like, but that was just really, I guess that was like the wow factor for me.
That was, you know, that's a technique that we just started a couple of days ago. And the reason, just because I don't like that either, man. Like, I don't like it when someone follows me and they're following like 10,000 people and they have like 1,000 followers, or even bring that down, just the ratio itself, 100 followers following 1,000, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, who are you? And like, why do you want so many people following you, you know? Yeah. But whenever we did that, the only thing we had in mind is just outreach, reach more people. If we follow 10,000 people, 100,000 people, and 10,000 people look at me, follow them, and they say, check out my music, maybe even just look at pictures and be like, oh, this dude looks cool, I'm just gonna follow him, you know, see what's up. Then that's what it's all worth. Like I don't. It doesn't mean enough to me that someone would look at me and be like, man, like, that sucks, you're following a lot of people and you don't have a lot of followers. What matters to me is the people that I'm gaining from following that many people, from taking time to, you know, look at things, you know, run ad campaigns to certain groups of people, you know, hit up different people that I think have great talent in different even arts. Like if someone's a great painter, hit them up, say, hey, I would love to buy a painting, I would love to work with you, maybe like you paint something to something I'm playing, you know, innovate and, you know, blend things together. Then that's what it's all about, is just making the connections, and no matter what, I think that those will come. So I think that's just and that's a great part about music, man. I love being able to reach a lot of people.
So then I guess just for people to get some background on you, like who you are, like what would you say, like, I mean, you said you're from San Antonio?
Yeah, so
right?
Born and raised here. I'm 19 now. Been doing music since I was like little. I think I got my first drum set when I was like 4.
Drum set was
my first. Drums were my first instrument. Loved playing to like Pink Floyd and Rush and Chicago. Nice. Just, you know, like these crazy bands that were around before my time. You know, my dad and my parents, they're older, I guess you would say. You know, they have a huge collection of vinyls. Record player. You inherited the taste. I really like to think so, and they have some great taste. You know, they really love country music, which I don't like at all. But their other taste was really been passed to me. I grew up watching like Pink Floyd videos. There's one concert for Dark Side of the Moon that I would watch before every soccer game I had when I was in 3rd grade.
Nice.
Every soccer game I
was like your good luck charm.
I gotta go watch this concert, bro, and like see this. They had this this disco ball that just came from the roof, and it was like massive, and then it like opened up and light shows and, you know, crazy shit. And I had to watch that before I left to go play sports, you know. To hype me up like that. When I was like 7 or 8, my mom gave me a guitar. She plays guitar, you know. Both my parents are musicians, so they play instruments. They have instruments around the house. She gave me a guitar, and she was like, this is how you play guitar, you want to learn? I was like, yeah, that'd be awesome. She was like, this is how you play 8 chords, the rest is yours. I was like, damn. She's like, yeah, like you just do this, you put your finger here, and then every chord is yours. And I was like, this doesn't make any sense, man. So it took me a while to figure that out, but eventually, like, I taught myself how to play guitar, you know, learned about music theory. From there came bass guitar. Bass guitar and an acoustic guitar I thought were very similar, because, you know, same kind of note going on, not similar. That's okay though. Yeah. And, you know, it took me a while to learn that too. When I was in 5th grade, I picked up the clarinet. Nice. I played the clarinet middle school. Really? All of middle school. You know, they call me Squidward, man. I know, dude. Okay. It was, like, I got to middle school and I was like from a elementary that wasn't even like zoned to it. So like I knew nobody there. Okay. Yeah. And I was in art, and my mom said like, you should join band, and I was like, okay, fine, I'll do it. And I just got there. And I was just doing it because my mom told me, and like I found myself in the same situation. Yeah, like they asked me like, okay, so what do you want to play? I had like no idea, and I literally was like going, you know, the one from SpongeBob,
The one that he plays, like, they're like, oh, Squidward? Like, yeah, like the clarinet. And I'm like, I guess, like, if that's what it's called. And he's like, okay. Like, he wrote it down. I was like, yeah, if you can get your instrument, like, in a week.
Yeah.
Like, we
they go around with the list and they have a bunch of blanks and they're like, let's just put this person on this one and this one. Yeah.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool. So
awesome.
You played the clarinet for, like, how long then?
5th grade until 12th.
Oh, so you were in marching band.
My mom made me go in marching band. Hated it. I loved concert band though. I found myself really enjoying the dynamics of pieces that were written, like the balance between different instruments and different parts. Like it helped me, I think, with my producing a lot because it helped me to hear maybe whenever a metronome, absolutely, human metronome, most important part, but also hearing the different instruments play with each other and blend and balance. I figured out how to listen to songs, beats, instrumentals, Kendrick Lamar, Mac Miller, and that I could listen to music that way to any song that's popular and listen to the different parts that are in there, pick it out, say, oh my God, I really like that effect they put on that one little sound. I'm going to try and recreate that, take little elements. So that really helped there. And then later in high school, picked up saxophone. Yeah.
Wow.
And so saxophone is a work in progress. I'm really inspired by a lot of things I'm seeing right now on YouTube. I love jazz. Jazz is one of my favorite.
Jazz is awesome.
One of my favorite genres.
Who do you like? Who are you listening to? That's like, this is my go-to jazz guy.
Man.
You could say Michael Bublé. I mean, I don't know if that's like, he's pretty good.
That's like some modern jazz. He has a beautiful voice. Jazz I see it as the basis for rap music. That's kind of an interesting statement, but the reason I say that is because jazz is a form of music that originated with different influence, of course, but it originated in America. They had the Congo Square in Louisiana, and that was where jazz, you had, whenever Prohibition was happening, alcohol was illegal, you had speakeasies, underground little bars and crazy hangout spots, basically like club life, but like illegal. You go in, they're playing jazz, man. They're playing jazz all over. Jazz evolved into rock evolved into rock rap, screaming, rapping on stuff, beats. You got Biggie, then you go into today, and you have your evolution of music. I think it all came from jazz. I think that's an integral part of music. Yeah.
So it was like the original gangster music.
Yeah, I feel like it was.
It's like what you would listen to if like you wanted to like feel like cool or something.
Uncle like Capone, I got jazz playing in the back.
Yeah, dude, that's cool, man. So then you're 19, which I actually didn't know. I'm 22. Right. So like you're like, to me it's like, I mean, I hope you don't feel like offended, but to me it's like you're like just like fresh out of high school, right? You're a sophomore, right?
My first semester sophomore, yeah.
Okay. So I guess like because I think high school, like for all of us, is like where we realize, because we're about to go into college, and like where you're taking like the thought of like, can I take a semester off, or like, can I, what am I going to do when I get to college? Like everybody's asking you, like the pressure is on. Absolutely. But you already have like the background music, like the music background. And so like, when was it that you kind of realized like, this is what I want to do, getting out of here, or like as you were in high school?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it came kind of gradually almost. I've been doing music my whole life, but I'd never seen anything like a career or anything like that out of it, anything near what I've already accomplished, which is nothing yet. I think it came in high school. My high school, I went to a Catholic private high school. My parents didn't want me to go to the public school I was in the district for. So they like took the hit, sent me there, which is fine. But while I was there, I was exposed to a lot of people that just had a bunch of different outlooks on life. I got to see a lot of different views and a lot of different, what's the word I'm looking for? Points of view, I guess. Perceptions of things.
Got a diverse group of friends.
Yeah, interesting. And there, I think music was really not a central part of the culture there at all. It was mostly football, basketball, soccer. Like it was sports, and it was the academics as well. But very, very little music kind of importance there. So I think it came to me whenever I realized that I'm doing this music thing that I don't really see a lot of people around me doing, and I don't really like. I do see feedback, small feedback, but I wasn't seeing crazy feedback and support from the people that were in school with me, other than my team. So I think it came to me when I decided I don't care about like no matter what, people support me or not, because I have people around me that can support me, and I have a vision, and I know I can make that happen. So I think whenever I realize that I just need to do it and I need to go all out or just stop, then
that takes guts, man.
Yeah, that's when when it came to me, and then I realized, I was like, this is what I've been doing my whole life. Like, why don't I just do it full out and like put everything I have into it, you know?
Yeah. What was like your first? Because I can think of like what got me into like making videos, and I can think of like the first time I ever uploaded something to YouTube.
Yeah.
Like it was called Good Friday. It was like a paintball like battle with my friends. Like, so what was your first like project that you could say, like, you know, it's probably like super bad. You don't want anybody to know.
I remember my first beat.
What was it? Or like when was it?
It's a remake of the Big Sean song. Oh fuck. It's on Finally Famous.
Okay.
It's on the album with As that album, you know. Okay, I think it's like the last song.
Okay.
It may or may not have Chris Brown in it. I'm doing a bad job explaining this.
Yeah,
I forget what it's called, man, but
so
it was a remake of that beat that I used in my 8th grade project to remix, to put some kind of educational bullshit on it.
Oh yeah.
As a project, and I just came through and I was like, I made this beat, like, oh shit, we're gonna rap on it. And that's going to be our project. And everybody was like, what is going on? Like, who is this 8th grader making a rap song and bringing it to class? Like, that was my first beat. I was inspired to make my first anything by Mac Miller. Listening to his Macadelic Best Day Ever mixtapes, 6th, 7th grade, I think. I was in a science class one day, and I was with my friend who also now makes music as well. His name is Stuart. Pretty good guy. Really good guy, pretty good musician too. And we were talking, and we were just talking about Mac Miller, how like, wow, this is crazy. His flows, his beats are awesome. Like, this is really inspiring me. Let's make music. That's the start of it all, right there.
I was in 8th grade.
I was in 8th grade, yeah.
And in, I guess like 9th grade was when you put out that remade beat, or that was in 8th grade?
No, in 8th grade. I used that for the project, for an 8th grade project.
Oh, okay, cool.
When I was in 9th grade, I think I put out this, I started doing trap remixes. Instead, before I made beats or anything like that, I was like, all right, let's do some trap remixes. I like trap in that period of time. It was really, really big, you know?
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, I'm going to trap remix this Lana Del Rey song. Dope. I put it on SoundCloud, my first SoundCloud post ever. Got like 5,000 plays. I was like, this is fucking awesome. This is fantastic, you know? I made this little remix for We Made It by Drake. So got like 15,000 plays, and that was my next one. And I was like, this is going crazy. And then after that, like it just dropped. And then I started making beats, and steadily, gradually came back up. But that was my first taste with, don't get too big headed. Don't think you're on a wave if you're not really on a wave. Just be realistic with yourself, you know.
Yeah.
So I learned from that too. There went trap remixes before beats before songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so then. And that was, dude. So, I mean, you got, like, exposure, like, right from, like, I guess you got, like, a taste of what it felt like to have people listening to what you were making. Because, like, not a lot of people get that. And I think that's what, like, stops a lot of people. It's like, they might be making something really good, but if they're not getting that exposure, and it can be, like, for whatever reasons, because, like, they don't know how to put it out there.
Yeah. Exactly. I feel like I don't know if we recorded this part or if this was before, when we were talking about, I think it was at the very beginning when we were talking about putting effort into your music.
Yeah.
Part of that is getting it out there, either, reaching out to marketing teams or making some ads or, paying to promote your stuff. And it absolutely doesn't have to be because like you're putting money down for it, It could be you going to a side of the corner of the street and handing out download cards. I got a bunch of download cards with the album whenever I first got it. Mm-hmm. And I just give them out. I give them out to people I used to say, like, I'll go up, and my dad does this as well in the studio whenever we have people that come in, kids, like our age. I mean, we're not the same age, but our age range.
Yeah.
And and he loves recording young people, seeing the new stuff, and he's a really good engineer. And so he will give them a stack of 20 download cards. Like, if you don't like this music, you can throw them away, bro. Like, that's cool. If you like it, share it with your friends. Like, just any kind of, and no pressure ever to listen to your music or my music in this case. Yeah. I think that's a big turnoff. Like, hey, listen to my stuff. Tell me what you think. Like, hey, listen to this. If you want to, if you like it, let me know. If you don't, still let me know. Let me know how I can be better.
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to negative feedback. I know that happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So have you ever had like anybody like kind of just give you like a bad like, you know, somebody who's told you like, I don't like your stuff. Like, have you ever had any hate, I guess? I know like you just came out with your first album technically, which is on Apple Music and Spotify, you said?
Everything. Yeah. Google Play.
Google Play?
Probably just fine.
Yeah. It's called Solo, and it's under the artist WVMKR.
Absolutely.
Right?
It's Wavemaker, and it just without vowels. And so that's why it looks all weird, and people say Wavemaker. I was like, I feel like if you say Wavemaker, you could probably just be like Wavemaker.
Wavemaker.
You know?
Yeah, Wavemaker. Yeah.
And I know it's confusing, but I like the fluidity of it. I think that speaks a lot to the wave visual. I think that since the very start, I've always said that my music has kind of like a wavy flow to it, you know? Has like a very melodic
it does.
element.
And that's like the type of like sort of background like music that I like to go like with music that like the type of music that I like. It's like very, you know, it's exactly like if anybody's watching, like just take 10 seconds to like look it up on your phone. It's like good stuff, dude. Because like
I appreciate that a lot, man. I really do.
Seriously.
I really do.
So then hate. I mean, like I said, like I know you just barely came out with that, but have you ever just had anybody who's like
I've not really gotten hate as much as I'm very grateful that I have people that have been around that have heard my music and have given me constructive criticism.
Okay.
You know, I haven't run into a lot of hate. I've run into some weird situations, but like not a lot of hate where people are like, man, this shit is whack. Yeah. Like I really haven't really ran into that much, but I have run into times where I have, you know, when I was first starting out more, would send beats and I don't have my mixing down as much as I do now, or mastering down, or even like just execution of my ideas as much as I do now. So like I would send a beat out and they'd be like, this is incredible, maybe theoretically or just like as an idea, but the execution's not there. Like you need to work on that. And a lot of times I would hit people up that I have really good opportunities, you know, they're blowing up, but like somehow they just respond to me on Twitter. Luckily, send them some beats, no response, you know. That was for a while. That was for like, and after that started happening, I kind of just went off the grid and I just like stopped hanging out with people. But I mean, other my friends, I always talk to them, you know, and let them know like I'm chilling, like I'm just working. And I would get home from school and I would be in the studio until I leave to go to sleep every single day. And my parents were getting like worried about me, and they would have to come in and be like, hey, like, you know, you have to eat sometime, right? And I was like, yeah, like, let me finish this and then I'll come in and eat. Like, I was going on like tangents, and that was for like a year, man. A good amount. And I played basketball, so like I did some other stuff. But like for the most part, like I come home from school, like I'm not even doing homework. Like I'm doing homework the morning before, the class before, anything before it's due, so I can come home and just make music all the time. And I think that's when I actually progressed. You know, I took the time to just stop. And I wasn't selling beats at that point or anything. I was just putting them on SoundCloud for people to listen to or freestyle to, you know, anything like that.
So you said like weird experiences. Like what's like a weird experience you've had like with?
Well, weird experience. I mean, music is weird, man. You meet a lot of weird people doing music. Yeah. Everybody wants to do music. Everybody loves music. I think music is an integral part of life. I think the industry was not what I was expecting it to be, but also exactly what you would think it would be. It's very cutthroat. Yeah. And I'm not even as exposed as I hope to one day be to that, you know? But even with my minimal experience, I've learned that you have to spread good energy, you know, be kind to others, but also you have to know what you want and you need to know how to protect yourself when it comes down to business. Yeah. And as I was growing up, like, I didn't really know that. You know, I didn't really have a lot of maybe just experiences with real business, and it led to some bad stuff, you know, some stuff I could go further into, but I just don't want to start any kind of beef or anything. But it also made me like so much more knowledgeable and so much more ready to take on things as I, you know, grew up and stuff. Yeah. Because you never know you were gonna like take it to like a business level.
I guess like in the beginning it was just fun.
I actually didn't really want to like know if I wanted to or not. I kind of just wanted to make beats and sell them for like $50 so that people could have beats and I could have like some extra cash.
Yeah.
But I wanted to be like I'm in it for the long run. So I wanted it to be completely professional, totally encompassing all artwork, blog, video, podcast. This is great, man. I really appreciate you having me here. Like, this is fantastic. This is awesome.
Yeah. So, I mean, I guess going back to like that, like what you said, like about, you wanted to like just sell stuff, make stuff and sell it for $50 just to have like quick cash. So I think there's like a period, I guess, like when you're starting off and when you're kind of just like, I guess in a way it happens to like, I think every creator can like relate to this. Absolutely. Like in the beginning, you're like, you kind of like sell yourself for free kind of. And then there's like the point that you need to get to like, okay, like I need to start like sort of like earning my respect, in the streets, like people need to know that like I'm good and that like I'm a good guy, but I need to start making money, to feed this thing. So I think that is like a very hard barrier. Like what would you say, like, are you still selling beats for $50?
No, sir. I am not.
Yeah. So
as soon we just launched the website. It's a totally encompassing website that gives you options for FAQs. It gives you links to the studio website. You can set some appointments up for some recording time if you like that. Each beat comes with samples, and then you have your options. You got your leasing. Leasing just means that you buy the beat for cheaper. You don't own it. I still have the rights to it. You can use it if you sell or have a certain amount of revenue coming in. I get like some of the profits back, or just whatever but all the contracts are going to be also fully listed and laid out. That way you can read every single part of it. You can contact me directly.
And like who helped you kind of like own like who told you, I guess, like, hey, like own it, like this is yours, like you can start charging people. Like when did you take that, okay, you know what, I'm gonna like make this website? Because it's like basically overnight. Because until you have a website, I think like you can't really. Then once you like get it, once it goes live, like, man.
Once we started launching everything 4 days ago, everything has gone. I met you in the last 4 days. That's how long we've been doing this. Is 4 days.
Oh, okay.
And it's just gone exponentially up. And I have really, really great 2 guys that are working with me, not for me.
Yeah.
They're in cooperation with me. Like we're in this together. They're really great guys. Their name is Joe and Jordan.
Yeah.
Web dev.
Jordan just messaged me.
Web dev Texas. Hit them up if you need anything. Wow. Fantastic, great workers. And they are with me through a lot of stuff. So through creation processes, throwing in ideas. We're doing photo shoots. We're meeting new people. We're doing visual artwork editing on software and just live analog and stuff. They're part of the brains and mastermind behind this. It's a collectiveness of us 3 for WVMKR, and then above that we also have another whole team of people doing other stuff. But them mostly, they help me design the website, code the website, make sure it's a secured website. Nobody will ever get a virus looking at my website ever, and it will always have that lock right next to the website whenever you're on their phone. Just making sure that everybody that takes their time to look into me will just be protected. They helped me a lot setting up a just business oriented like a business model basically. So we spent a lot of time developing that month just for 4 days ago, us just to start doing it. Yeah.
So I basically met you when you guys pretty much.
You met me right after we started. It was perfect. It worked out perfectly.
Nice.
It's my plan, my evil plan.
Good. Like out of all the people that are out here like making music, especially like now, like it gets intense because like we kind of are coming up with like the technology that like lets us like people with like no budget, no money be able to like do these big things.
Absolutely.
And so that also means like we're kind of getting there late, or at least we think we're early, but then there's also like 16-year-olds, 17-year-olds who are coming up. There's like
doing
a bunch
crazy
of
shit.
Yeah. And so like so we have to feel like, okay, like we have to like stay on top of this. What would you say like makes you stand out like out of everybody?
I feel you. I think what makes me different is I think it's not only my love for music and execution of many different styles. I think it's the fact that I will spend a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months on one song, and if one person likes it, it's enough for me. I think it's the fact that I just really genuinely love music and care about music, and anybody who listens to my music, I in turn love them and care about them. I want them to have the best product that they want to hear. I know I wake up every morning, I'm listening to music, bro. I'm putting my phone every time I get in my car, and I'm listening to music everywhere I go. So I want to hopefully be that song someone plays when brighten their day, or I want to be that song someone plays on the way to the party, and they're like, oh, okay, like going in hyping, whatever, you know. I want to be that song someone plays on their phone before LeBron goes on the court and starts playing basketball.
That would be awesome, dude.
And I want to be able to do all that at once. I want to be that smooth jazz song that my old AAU coach likes to listen to before every basketball game he coaches me. I want to be every genre the best that I possibly can make it, and I want to reach out to as much people as possible, man. I just want to make the world a more musical and hopefully better place as well, man. Mm-hmm. That's really my main goal, is just to create something new and beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is your favorite curse word? Because I
think it's shit.
Shit?
I think it's shit, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's shit. I think bitch just sounds mean.
Yeah.
I think shit is like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I stubbed my toe. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I just did this crazy shit. Oh shit. You know, like it has so many different uses. I feel like that's the most versatile cuss word.
Versatile. Yeah. You can use it for like anything. Yeah. So yeah, like I mean, me like I guess it's just kind of like how I grew up, but like I don't really use those words, but I like learn how to use like the alter word of that. So I say like shoot, like shoot, yeah. Oh shoot, oh shoot, yeah, like oh freak, heck yeah, like so. And what's your favorite word? Because I think like that can inspire like
anagnorisis.
Anagnorisis? What's that?
It's a literal term describing a point where the protagonist or main character has a revelation. My favorite word.
Dang, dude, that's deep.
Yeah, I want to read a dictionary, but I haven't gotten around to it yet. I stick for like the thesauruses so far.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just want to like let everybody know, like you said, you started 4 days ago. I listened to your stuff. It's like, and you have like another one coming out in 4 months that like some people might say is like, okay, so he's just like pumping stuff out. Like, no, like I just want for everybody, like for the record, it's like quality stuff. You know, you know what you're doing.
It's taken me months and months and months of continuous work every single day. So whenever you put time in every single day, it's still the same amount of time as if you put in time every other day, and it takes longer, but it's just shorter. And I've had the album ready for a while now, but I'm even holding off longer because, like you said, I don't want it to seem like I'm just pumping music out and just giving y'all way too much to handle, because it is always quality over quantity. But whenever you have quantity amounts or a large quantity of quality stuff, then it's even more exciting.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. That's good, man. That's good. On a scale of 1 to 10, how weird are you? Would you say like, what's 11? Like something
11 or 12?
What's like something that you do that you don't think is like normal? Do you could come down to like food, like
man, honestly, man, I think the way my mind works, I just get in zones. And so like if I'm in a music creating zone and I'm in the studio and I know it's like 3 o'clock and I'm like, all right, I got like 2 in the morning. I got like 12 hours. I can just make music right now. I don't eat. I just make music. And then after I'm like, oh God, I need to go eat right now. But like when I'm in the zone and stuff, my mind just discards everything except music. I think that's one weird thing. Another weird thing, I just say a lot of weird stuff. Just do a lot of weird stuff, you know. I think if we suppress our random thoughts and just weird things to do, then that's like part of our creativity as well. And part of like your own unique person. So I just do whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm always respectful.
Yeah.
But I just do crazy shit.
No, yeah, like you seem like a very like mature guy, but you know, you got to have that like out there personality to like, so you know, so for people to like you and like for the creativity to flow.
Yeah, man. Like I think just as far as I think music creation, I'm a weird guy too. Just is in that aspect of itself. Like I want to be on that show so bad where they just take a vinyl out and they sample it and make it to a beat. Have you seen that?
Yeah. I think you were showing that to me.
I want to be on that so bad. Like, I could listen to like I'd be playing Fallout or something when I used to play video games somewhere.
Oh.
I love Fallout, man. But I'm playing Fallout, and you know, it's on a loading screen. Like, fuck this loading screen, and like a couple notes play. I'm like, all right, fuck Fallout. And I'm going to the studio and I'm looking up Fallout soundtrack on YouTube, listening to this 2-hour soundtrack to find like this 9 to 10 seconds worth of sample. Take that out and then make a song out of it.
Nice, dude. That's cool. So you just grab it from anywhere,
everywhere. That's a beat right there. I can make that if I just had a microphone hooked up to it. Bang, beat.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Everything's an inspiration.
So I think that pretty much wraps up like the interview. I know our cameras are like having a hard time. I want to thank you so much for like working around with us on that. You know, obviously, yeah, no problem. And you're like a cool guy. Like I said, this is like the first time we're doing this, so you know, I appreciate you being patient with us. You know, it's like my first time doing something like this, but yeah, I just want to give you the spotlight to kind of like put your Instagram, Twitter, like where people can find your music.
So like you said earlier, I go by WVMKR, but with just no vowels. So it's just WVMKR. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Wavemaker, just with no vowels, and Lane, Lane, on the end, just like a street. And on YouTube, I have my channel as well, just Wavemaker with the no vowels. Pretty sure I have a Facebook too. Sure, if you look up Wavemaker, it'll probably pop up.
Yeah.
So you can look for new stuff on my Instagram and Twitter. I'm posting videos and pictures. On my Instagram story, I'm posting a lot of new stuff that I'm doing every single day that I'm in the studio and stuff. So there's just a way to keep in touch through my website as well. You can contact me through my email, through DM me. I'll respond to you. I don't care. I'll respond to 300 people if that were to happen. It's not, but if it was, I'd respond to all of them. Don't be afraid to hit me up or contact me, because I'll always answer. I think other than that, man, I also have Twitter, YouTube, or Twitter and Instagram for my website, my beats specifically as well. Wavemaker Beats, at Wavemaker Beats. Yeah. So that's gonna be for just beat related stuff. If you want to see behind how I make some beats, there's gonna be some cool videos up there. If you want to see just like some snippets of my beats on my Instagram feed or my story, follow that. Take a little look at that. But if you want just my plain music, like my solo album and my new upcoming stuff, then at Wavemaker Lane, Twitter, Instagram, and everywhere else.
Sweet. And it'll all be on the screen.
It will all be set up perfectly for you can easily touch it and find everything you need and everything you'd ever want in life.
Yeah. So guys, again, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. We had a good time. If you guys can just take one thing away from here, I want you to do one thing. Go to Apple Music, look up Wavemaker, and listen to Feel Good. That one is like my all-time favorite, dude. Like, it's
a song about feeling good.
Yeah, dude.
It's what it's about.
It's that feel good, feel good. Oh, actually, real quick, do you want to give us like a little sample of what you can do, or was that like
a little freestyle?
Too on the spot? Yeah, or freestyle, or it could be like one of your songs. Little something, unless it's like too on the spot for you.
I'm just talking about my voice. Y'all can edit this out, right? If I fuck up right here, my voice is just not good enough to sing or something. Can you hand me that guitar? Can I play that?
Yeah. Oh, dude, yeah.
Do some acoustic versions if I can manage it. Thank you very much. Yeah. My life, where have you gone? Your flowers still in my car, and you ran off with my heart. Yeah, I saw this coming from the start. My love, where have you been? I've been watching too much TV. I've been sleeping without dreaming. I've been living without feeling. This lust, take it back. Not enough in my bank account. Yeah, I'm looking for you, lost and found. Heaven sent, but I'm hellbound. Now, what do you see? Too much focus on a rear view. Oh, I see right through you. Payment for my sins is overdue. What's new, what's new, what's new, what's new? Do you think of me like I think of you? What's true, what's true, what's true, what's true? All this rain is falling down, I'm drowning in you. This life, more than it seems. Do you really need to see? Only to believe. Put your faith in me. This knife cutting me deep. Oh, I'm twisted in my back now. Oh, just lay me back down. You're a queen with a broken crown. What's new, what's new, who are you now? Check, check, 1, 2, are you hearing me loud? Oh, no more, who have we become? Hey, yeah, we started out with something. It's just much more than loving. Yeah, you are my son. What's true, what's new, what's new, what's new? Do you think of me like I think of you? Oh, what's true, what's true, what's true, what's true? All this rain is pouring down, I'm drowning in you. Oh, yeah. Let's do something.
Ladies and gentlemen, Wavemaker Lane. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to follow Lane on everything. Keep up with him. Good, up-and-coming artist. And
Auto-tune on that shit.
thank you guys for watching. This has been Creators on the Rise, and I'll see you next week.
Oh yeah.
Sweet.
That was dope. I fucked up. I don't think